to API ICP Individual Certification Program website and cover all you need to know about API SIFE certification, Source Inspector Fixed Equipment. So if you go to Google or any other search engine and type in API ICP, very first one, it would be the API website and individual certification program. And if you click on certification, there is a drop-down window and you can select the program. And then you go to API SIFE, Source Inspector Fixed Equipment, and that's where you are. This exam, you can give it in person or by remote proctoring. That means from the comfort of your home and office. If you want to know more, you can click on these icons and it takes you there. Once you apply, which you have to click, this is step 2, and you register with API and create a free account, and you upload your qualifications, your experience, you put it down there, provide 2 references and pay the fees, and then at the same time you have to select the 3 weeks exam window that we shall discuss later. So once you select that 3 weeks exam window, that is frozen for you. If you cannot change it. I mean, changing it is as good as failing the exam. That means you have to reschedule, pay the rescheduling fee, and same way that you fail and you have to reschedule your exam. This certification is valid for 3 years, and API says that the source inspector is actually the prime thing they are doing, supplier quality surveillance. So this can be a potential exam question. Who perform the important task of supplier quality surveillance. They are responsible for examining fabricated and manufactured equipment and materials at suppliers' facility, confirming that the supplier's quality management system is being utilized effectively. So based on these 2 tasks, the overall response, they have the eyes and ears of the purchaser or end user or client. So by examining fabricated and manufactured equipment and also checking that the supplier is working according to a quality management system they claim to be doing. So the supplier quality surveillance that can be done. It is focused primarily on pressure containing equipment and structural equipment such as vessels, columns, towers, heat exchanger, piping, valves, pressure relief. So anything which is not rotating equipment like pumps, compressors, and turbines, it falls under the domain of Source Inspector Fixed Equipment. So as you can see, there is a lot of scope here. Now you have got a publication effectivity sheet that is valid till November 2022, and every year this publication effectivity sheet changes. This is comprised of a list of the materials, the study materials that you have to study, codes, references, recommended practices that will go through this. And the reason is that this is based on a typical job description that API identifies for a source inspector, and based on that job description, they would outline what an inspector needs to know, and based on that, they would have the exam and set out the publication effectivity sheet and what documents would be applicable. As you can see here, this publication effective sheet has got the revision number, so make sure that you're studying the right revision. Anything that is changed from the previous publication effective sheet will be highlighted in red. So you have to study API recommended practice 588, inspection of pressure vessel 572, 577, 578, and 598 for valve inspection, and AWS D11, structural building code, and ASNT TC1A, NDT personal qualification. And then from ASME, you should study section 2 for materials, part A, B, C, D, section SA 2370 and SA 6. As with section 5, non-destructive examinations, and you have to study all the definition plus articles 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, which are general requirements. PT, MT, leak test, and visual test. As section 8, pressure vessel construction code, and you should know about these clauses, these sections, UG4 up to, and then UW. UG stands for general requirement, and W is for welding requirement, and UCS is carbon steel. So that's how construction code is categorized. As with section 8, welding qualification, so you have to know about only the welding only, so QW. These clauses, we have highlighted them in our training course, B31.3, chapters 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And B16.5, all the chapters from 1 to 8, SSPC, this is the Society for Protective Cleaning, and you should know about the various cleaning categories like solvent cleaning, power tool cleaning, and etc. So this would be the publication effective sheet of material that you have to study. And the most important out of this would be guide for source inspection and quality surveillance of fixed equipment. And this is free for all, and you can download it. We have already downloaded in our course and highlighted it, and it practically says the A to Z of talks about A to Z of source inspection or quality surveillance, starting with scope definitions, management program, source inspection planning activities, inspection performance, and then it goes to on and on to examination method, tools and equipment. As you can see, it covers everything here, and final acceptance, and then metallurgy issues, and then pressure vessels, piping, and it's got some annexes. This is free, and almost 50% of questions come from here, so make sure you do study this thoroughly. Let's it's a 3 hours 15 minutes long, 110 question, 100 are scored, and 10 are pre-test or not scored. The reason for pre-test are that from time to time API design new question and add to the question data bank. It's designed by one subject matter expert and checked by 3 other subject matter experts, and the reason is that they want to know whether the question is clear enough and whether the question is something is relevant to tasks and duties of a source inspector, fixed equipment. And then this is included in question data bank as non-scored, and it comes in the exam and again tested to see that how difficult or how easy was it compared to number of participants who answered it correctly, and whether it has been challenged by the candidates or not. And then it turns into a score type of question. Is scored, non-scored, they are shuffled together, they are not marked, so you have to answer all of them, so that all 110 questions. There is an exam tutorial here that before the exam starts, you will ask you to go through it. So you have to tick the non-disclosure agreement and confirm that you are not divulging any material, sharing it with others, any exam question. And there are very useful information here. You can use the next button. You can see the question you're attempting here, question number 3, and you can jump from one question to another. You should see your name here, your time remaining would be here, and your progress would be here on the top. And if you flag off the question, it will change color. And if there is a long question, it says page requires scrolling. So you have to go down in order to select the right answer. Time remaining, we talk about this. And there is a flag off. If you flag it, it change color. So any question you are in doubt, you can flag it off, and then go to flagged off question and see. Once again, if you click on a chosen answer, it turns color, so it shows you that you have chosen this answer. You can then click again and choose, and then click another answer if you wish to. So it's always possible to change your answer until your time is up. There's a calculator. I don't think you would need this, but there's an icon here on calculator, and this is how the calculator looks like. So you can do some simple calculations. You can hold the mouse on a word and drag it, and then that's highlighted it if you want to zoom in. Also, if you are in doubt, but you know that, like say, two answers are definitely wrong, so you're in doubt of choosing between the two other answers, possible answer, you can always right click on these answers and then that strike them off. So you can zoom in on the remaining chosen answers to choose from. At the end, you can filter review all bottom, or filter it by a flagged off question or unattempted question or attempted question, and look at all of them. As you can see, there is a flag off bottom here, so this shows it is not attempted, whereas these green ones are all attempted, answered, and this is not answered and it's flagged off. So answer all the question, because there's no negative marking. That increases your chances of passing. There is a caption, a comment sheet at the there that you can, if you want to challenge anything or you want to make some comment, but remember that this is coming off your time. At the end, there is an end exam button. It says finish exam, and once you press that, it asks you once again to confirm, and once you confirm it, the exam finishes, or whenever your time is up, the 3 hours 15 minutes. Okay, let's see what qualification you need. At the moment, they don't need any pre-qualification, so they wouldn't need any references to verify your your experience. They don't need any experience as a pre-qual. Recertification is every 3 years, and you can apply for recertification 90 days before your expiry date, and up to 90 days after that as a grace period, subject to late application fee of $150. Let's go and see the schedule and fees. Say if you click on schedule and fees on 2022, there was one exam on July and August. The next exam would be on November 4 and 25, with the September 2, which is already passed, as the application deadline. So once you select the 3 weeks window, the slot, you have to get your email authorization by this date, September 2. So the next exam would be, you can select the windows for next year, say 2023. So the first available one would be March 10 to March 31, and the deadline would be January 6, 2023, but you can apply right now and select a slot. And the minute you get the email authorization, select a slot with the Prometric Test Center, because they work on first come, first served basis. And up to a month before the exam, you can change the timing or the location free of charge. And between 5 to 29 days before the exam window, you can change it for a fee of $70 with Prometric. And Prometric is subcontracted by API to the exam, the computer-based exam. So the next one would be here, July 14 to August 4. with a deadline of May 12, and so it's done 3 times a year. And the third one or last one on the year 2023 will be again November 3 to 24. So there is some very useful information here for remote testing, where you can, at the time of your application, you can apply for remote testing. That means you can do it from the comfort of your home or office, but then the same rules apply. You have to do ID verification, government issued photo ID, and should be valid. The invigilator will be watching you throughout the exam through the camera on your laptop or desktop, and it should be on. You have to turn around the desktop or laptop to show that there is nothing on your table. Nobody allowed to enter the room. You're not allowed to leave the room without the invigilator's permission. If you leave the room and you get permission and you leave the room and you come back, you do the same ID check. So everything is same, except they wouldn't provide you with pen and paper and a pocket calculator as they do in the Prometric Test Center. And you cannot use your own. You should only use the calculator on the screen. So there is a lot of good information here. You can click on them, and there is frequently asked question. There is exam and scoring. How is it done? The apply section, where you click and you go to the apply to sit for the exam, and you choose the exam that you want to sit. Okay, reschedule, retest, recertify, etc. Frequently asked question. The icon is here, and if you want to find the inspector, it's here. And there is a lot of important and useful information here. Thank you.